All right. Sorry. I tried to do this with the blanket over my head, but it was so hot. So it might be a little echoey. Sorry. Anyway, SRX, the Superstar Racing Experience, has just finished their second race at Knoxville Raceway. I was going to do a video following the first event at Stafford, but I figured I wanted to see how they would perform on dirt before jumping to any conclusions. So now that I've seen race on pavement, one race on dirt, I feel like I can form an actual judgment. So the SRX is a spec series with stock type cars on three paved and three dirt tracks with 10 drivers, 10 full-time drivers and one ringer and one local hero, quote unquote. Um, the ringers apparently are Greg Biffle for the pavement and Scott Bloomquist for the dirt. Greg Biffle, of course, has won in all three divisions of NASCAR, all three top divisions of NASCAR, and Scott Bloomquist has won about 600 late model races. Although I don't think he got into the dream, or at least one of the dreams. I don't know how he did the second one. That was a lot of racing to take. Anyway, the 10 drivers, Tony Stewart, who runs the series along with Ray Evertham, or at least created the series along with Ray Evertham, the crew chief and former modified racer, four-time Indy 500 winner Elio Castroneves, Tony Kanaan, although he isn't racing all the races, Haley Deegan is because she's a superstar apparently. Willie T. Ribs, who's basically just there to be charismatic. He's charismatic, if not fast anymore. Bill Elliott, 1980, 88, 80, 89, 89, sorry. Um, NASCAR champion, two-time Daytona 500 winner. Michael Waltrip, the ultimate asterisk in NASCAR. He has four race wins. All of them came on restrictor plate tracks. Yay! Bobby Labonte, 2000 NASCAR champion, obviously, and Marco Andretti, a two-time IndyCar winner, and many-time not IndyCar winner, and Ernie Francis Jr., who's won about seven road sports car race championships. I'd like to know how rich his family is because he was about 15 in 2013 when I first saw him racing World Challenge. So I'm guessing he has some serious money behind him. Anyway, so the first race ran long, and this is so they trimmed the second race. So on pavement, it's two 15-minute heat races and 100 lap main event, and on dirt apparently it's two 12-minute plus one lap heat races and one 50 lap main event. I still think 12 minutes are a little too long for heat races, but whatever. Anyway, the good, the bad, and the probably whiny. The good. I thought the car sounded good, powered by Ilmor 396 Arca engines. The racing seemed tight. I was actually surprised about, oh, Paul Tracy's in it as well. I forgot 2003 Champ Car champion. I thought the racing actually seemed pretty good. I mean, Michael Waltrip was actually making some moves at Knoxville and Castro Neves. I mean, I didn't think Castro Neves or Marco Andretti knew how to drive a stock car, but hey, um, the racing seems good. It doesn't take forever. Supposed to fit into a 2-hour time limit, although the first one ran long, which I thought was hilarious. Um, it shows a lot of promise for being a fun series. I mean, this is not meant to be NASCAR 2.0. It's meant to be a fun series that's just fun. It's like Robbie Gordon Stadium Super Trucks, but without the jumping. Hey, that's what they need. Yeah, put big like, 2 big jumps in the middle of never mind. Anyway, the Doug Doug Coby, the quote "local hero," well, he's a multi-time Stafford champion, although he is a six-time modified champion, NASCAR modified champion, won the first race. Um, Spoiler alert: if you don't want to know who won the second race, don't listen. Tony Stewart won the second race just now, so there has not been a repeat winner. Which um, the things I don't really like, it, So I like the idea of pitting, you know, talented like Doug Coby and Brian Brown, who was the guest driver today. I like the idea of putting talented track champions in it with the local, in it with the national guys. I don't really like calling them local heroes. Calling Doug Coby a local hero is kind of selling him short, because local heroes for me denotes 35 years in hobby stocks, winning 1,000 main events, whatever. It doesn't really a six-time World of or a six-time NASCAR modified champion, and Blackjack Brian Brown is a World of Outlaws driver every now and then, despite the fact that he's also a Knoxville Raceway champion. But I understand why they do that. They need technically the term does apply. Um, it's on CBS, which means network television. What that also means is network television coverage of racing, which seems to have declined the past 15 years. I remember when ABC was actually pretty good, but now especially dirt, God, they can't cover dirt without going into complete dum-dum hour. Um, there's a lot they explain that I don't think needs to be explained. The crew to cover the SRX, Lindsay Zarniak is the host, and she's irrelevant. Sorry, it's just true. On pit road, Matt Yoakum, who I guess isn't working for Fox anymore. I haven't seen him, although I have seen him do some modified stuff. And Brad Doherty, who I don't know if he's working at NBC anymore. Probably not, since he's at CBS. And in the booth, Alan Bestwick, who's okay. A little bit more on that in a minute. And Danica Patrick, who has won two races in 20 years. One of them was a celebrity race. Alan's good. I mean, I like Alan. I've always been an Alan Bestwick fan. My problem is he he doesn't describe enough. Now, I'm fully blind, right? So I need someone to actually tell me what's going on. And he seems to just, whoa, wasn't that? Well, tell me what's going on. But I realize that that's not necessarily a problem for the sighted. So anyone want to commentate for me? Danica's awful. I mean, just awful. She doesn't seem to have, well, she didn't love NASCAR, let's be honest. She got into NASCAR for money. She doesn't seem to have any special love for NASCAR or any special knowledge about dirt racing. She didn't know Bill Elliott's nickname of Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, despite the fact that even non-race fans know Bill Elliott's damn nickname. What the fuck? She just seems kind of blah. Just she doesn't seem like she knows what she's talking about half the time. I mean, Dale Earnhardt Jr. would at least know what a late model is, so she's not good. Another thing, the enthusiasm in the booth is kind of lacking. Uh, this is supposed to be Saturday night, fucking, you know, chaos, and they sound like they're just talking. Yeah. Oh, he got him. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Maybe I'm just spoiled because I've listened to John Gibson doing World of Outlaws stuff, but they just sound, I don't know, medicated almost. Please, shotgun energy drinks before you come into the booth. I don't know. Um, I like the racing. I like the racing. I do not like the fun flags or the lap limit. I guess there's a goddamn caution clock. Only it's after you've reached a certain number of laps, there's a caution. ASA did this a couple times, and I'm not a fan of it. I don't like phantom cautions. I like to go straight through. Um, so for the dirt races, caution laps don't count, which I think is great because there are a lot of cautions. Um, but I really do not like the phantom cautions. I I don't mind entertainment racing. I love stadium super trucks. I love figure eight racings. I'll watch monster trucks. I'll watch demolition derby, and I think this has a lot of potential. Actually, I quite enjoyed the two races that I watched. There are a couple little things that I'm not a huge fan of. Danica Patrick and the phantom cautions or the lap limits. Other than that, um, I think there's It's just a fun summer series. I I hope I hope people watch it and, want to watch more short track racing. I think dirt racing is the best racing in America right now with, sprint cars. I mean, it's actually I'm missing a World of Outlaws race, god damn. But I think that dirt racing is the best racing in America, and I think that hopefully this will get people to want to watch it and go to their local track. I know it has for me. So, overall, I think it's a pretty fun series. I mean, it's not meant to be a NASCAR competitor. It's meant to be drama and energy and action, and I think that's a good thing. I'd like to see the hosts be a little bit more energetic. I'd like to see less caution lap limits. Um, and I'd like to see there hasn't been a fight yet though. Damn. No, I'm kidding. Um, one last thing. I don't I okay, I've never done TV production, being, blind. They miss a lot for 12 cars on a half-mile track. Uh, Maybe it's harder than it looks, but sprint car guys seem to get I mean, there's a lot like, "Oh, we're under yellow. Why are we under yellow?" It's not like you have 43 cars and a 2.5 mile you have a half-mile track. It's like they only have, like, 1 drone camera and 1 camera. Although I do like the onboard sounds, especially on dirt. That's one thing I do wish that, like, Dirt Vision or Flow Racing had was onboard cameras on dirt because you can hear them, especially on cars without wings, although SRX does have wings. You can really hear them modulate the throttle and have to get in and out. Um, and that's always a treat to hear. So overall, I thought it was I think it's a fun race. It'll be interesting for the next 4 weeks, see what happens. I'm interested to see how 12 cars with inexperienced drivers will work at Slinger Speedway, the little quarter mile. And ultimately, I think that it'll be a fun rest of the year. But please get rid of Danica and maybe put like non-beginners feed on the internet for us. Do that, and it'll be the best series ever. Anyway, sorry for the meandering thing. This is completely live, and I don't have any scripts. These are just my thoughts. We'll probably have another Swine Brothers episode soon. Jim's had tooth trouble, so he's, painkillers and the like. But we will get more swine, and who knows, maybe a couple interviews. I have one almost lined up. So if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And email us at cosmicgodsdie@gmail.com. And Tony, put me in an SRX car. The blind driver. Hey, I can't do worse than Willie T. Rebs.